What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? That's Jason.
Yep.
That's Jason. I'm Cody. We're half of TLD, Thin Line Defense.
I'm wearing it
Unfortunately,
today.
oh, look at that.
Look at
How about
that.
that?
Yeah.
That's nice. Unfortunately, Walsh is busy with work. As you know, Joe, or our OG guys know, Joe is starting his new career, so he's a little busy tonight. He's studying for his first exam. What's up, Misfit? Good to see you, brother. So it's just going to be Jason and I, but that should be good because we're just going to have an intelligent conversation, and there should be, we'll just stay on the rails, right? Because we're the best
Yep.
part of TLD.
That's right. Although you are left-handed, I forgot about that.
Well, it's because I'm awesome.
Both of my older kids are left-handed.
Are they?
Yeah.
So my kids they'll be 3 next Friday, and I'm pretty sure they're right-handed, which is
I just
fine.
wanted to make sure that we start off the rails. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
that's good. That's good. People show up and they know that we get all the business over with in the beginning, so they may wait until later so they
Yeah.
know that the rails are about to come off. So with that being said, let's get the business out of the way. Um, we'll talk about. Unfortunately, like I said, Walsh isn't here to talk about his video, but he did do a video on the Primary Arms MD-25 with the ACSS reticle. Pretty much any piece of glass right now that has that reticle in it, I'm gonna like. Uh, but you're still hard pressed to get me off of my Romeo 5. But
Yeah.
I'll admit that thing was pretty sweet when he put the magnifier on it.
Oh, this
That's
is the red dot. I'm sorry.
okay.
Sorry.
Rookie stuff. It's okay.
We'll fix this.
But anyway, I mean, yeah, ACS reticle. They could probably put that on a Coke bottle lens, and I would think it's cool. But if Sig were to get that reticle and put it in the Romeo 5, no doubt that would be my forever red dot. But
There we go.
there you go.
It's already out of stock. Dang you,
Yeah.
Primary Arms.
But I mean, you
Yeah.
can see how beefy that thing is.
It's just really cool when you think about what has gone into the design of this reticle. I remember when I first saw this on the TridgeCon ACOGs, I was just thinking like, oh, this is awesome. Thinking that this came from some company that's, hey, there's a good reason they're selling $800, $1,800 optics. Nope. Primary Arms.
No, he's saying that so Walsh has that one as well. The Holosun one. It's pretty similar. But yeah, I mean, in close quarter situations, that little horseshoe can't beat that, man. It's got such a fast acquisition for your target. You put your target in that horseshoe, and you're gonna hit something squishy.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man.
I'll see. Even
It's
talking about
ingenious.
shotgun, yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So the coolest iron sights that I've ever seen on a shotgun, and it kind of reminded me, was those ghost. I think they're ghost rings or
Yeah.
something like that. So that would be something similar.
Yeah.
But
Really cool. So,
yeah. So I'll put this disclaimer out there about Walsh's video. He put those things on some like cell phone tower mounts. He's got this thing where he likes to put them on these. What is it? Was it 2 inches? He's gonna watch
yeah, those like 1.93
those risers.
risers. Yeah.
Yeah. So he likes to have his head more upright, and that's fine. It's all on how you train. So he's comfortable with that. He trains to that, and it works for him. I don't like that. I don't like having my head up, but that's just because I've been trained for my whole military career to squish my face into the gun. So I like the low profile mounts. But then you also got to worry about what those things are going to get caught on when you're trying to deploy it. So, but most of us know how Walsh is. He likes that Gucci stuff, and he even put his magnifier on the same right type of riser. So he's got it all figured out.
This is kind of cool, Cody. Check this out. I didn't know that they did this. So the same reticle, if it's going to let me do it or not.
Oh, you just got different zeros.
12 ounce, yeah, different zero. 12 ounce slug, 300 black. This top left one is 556, 308, 6.5 Grendel.
Yeah.
300 blackout, supersonic. This one's subsonic, 12 ounce slug, 22 LR. If you have a 10.5-inch barrel, look at that, 9mm carbine. I didn't realize that you can use this for all of those.
Yeah.
And it tells you zero it at 25 yards, zero this at 100 yards, zero at 50, zero at 25.
I mean, there you go.
You can use that optic for all of those calibers is awesome.
Right. That's the proof in the pudding right there that, that's worth it to me. $190, and you could put it on any of those weapons, and even outlines where you need to zero it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
don't know that. Go ahead.
Well, I was just thinking, I wonder what Primary Arms warranty is on their optics, if they're lifetime or not.
Yeah. That's something I'm sure Walsh would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Misfit, no doubt. I mean, he's calmed down quite a bit, and I'm sure even since you started watching our channel, you've realized that. I mean, in the beginning, he would put anything on his gun that he thought looked cool, and now he actually thinks about, is it practical? Does it match my mission set? I've been super proud of him about that. But yeah, in the beginning, if it had some kind of mount and it mounted to your gun, he bought it. But he's figured out his weapon systems, and like I said, I'll still make fun of him for putting those 2-inch risers on it, but he also, puts the stock of his gun in different area on his body, and that works for him because of his plate carrier, right? So he's got it figured out. So, but he trains that way, and that's something I think we've preached on this channel from the get-go is just train with your system, train with your kit, figure out what works best for you. Now, I'll bet, even though I'm left-handed, I couldn't pick up half of Walsh's guns and shoot him straight because, he's even more wacky than I am.
Well, he has that like that Riker. Was it the Riker grip? What's that thing called?
Yeah. Yeah.
He has some different things on there that unless you like what Cody was saying, unless you train that way, it's unfamiliar and it's not something that you're used to.
Yeah, and I was surprised. Like indexing with that thing is still pretty nice.
Oh, okay.
You're pretty much just putting your fist out there, and you aim your fist at something. You're aiming the gun at it.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, the thought behind it is it's a different way to hold it where you don't get as tired if you were holding it with your like a C grip or whatever. But and we've also discussed, that catching on stuff, catching on gear, catching on a truck or something like that. So just another thing to be aware of.
I'm still trying. Oh, there we go. I found it.
The warranty?
Yeah. So lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
But it was kind of weird because on their website, if I can go to it, on their actual page, under warranty, it was empty. There's nothing written there. Yeah. So I had to download the manual and read the manual. Lifetime warranty.
That's quick.
Yeah. I know where to look, man.
Yeah. So what's up, Misfit? What you do this weekend? Did you go do your Sunday Gun Day thing with your cool TLD shirt? So Jason's been missing for what? You've missed the last two?
Yeah, the last two. Maybe three.
Has it been that long?
It has been, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rough time. We had a close friend that passed away, and dealing with that, and dealing with just some of the things that you're not used to having to talk to your kids about and having to coach your kids through. Sure. But back at it, we're spending some time outdoors with the family, going camping we were camping this week and going camping again next week.
Awesome.
Yeah, getting back into the swing of things, man.
Yeah. Videos
too. Got to get caught in videos. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah. That's the cheapest way to do it right now.
Yeah. I remember I saw 5.56 ammo. It was 1,000 rounds for something like 550, 570, and I was thinking, man, that's a good price.
That's crazy.
Which you think, 30 cents was a good price. 30 cents a round was a good price.
Right. Yeah.
50 now
Yeah.
we're thinking 54, 56 cents is good.
Yeah. Yeah. So Misfit, I didn't have any experience with that Mantis until we were at Joe's and Walsh broke it out for a couple minutes, and we had kids around, so we didn't want to get too deep into it. But that's a very interesting tool, and I can see that being valuable. I know it's not cheap, but yeah, you can definitely invest in that if for right now when ammunition is like precious metal, pretty much. But that reminds me. So I know we kind of touched on it last week, but we finally got to meet Jason in person, Walsh and I. So unfortunately, we didn't get to hang out too horribly long, but hopefully, I know we got Joe talked into coming to Walsh's retirement, so maybe we can work it out for you as well. Have some more time.
The plan is now as of right now, I think it's going to depend on Joe's schedule. I'll fly out there and drive out with Joe.
Yeah.
That's true, man. I mean, it's hard when you think of the cost of ammo and the cost of range time, or if you have to pay a membership, something like that. It's a lot cheaper to have one of those Mantis systems.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to pick one up.
I mean, I could see myself just sitting on the old, John there and doing it in the bathroom, my wife already thinks I hang out in there too long already because I'm watching YouTube videos. But could you imagine if I was in there like shooting a course or something?
You'll be coming out, man. Your legs are going to be all sore. Your feet are asleep.
Right.
What are you doing in there? Practicing?
You messed up my shot.
Oh, this can go on. The jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm hearing. I thought I heard my kids crying.
I do all the time. I'm just ignoring them.
I don't know about. I'm pretty sure. I think Misfit, you're down in Carolinas, right, or Florida? I'm trying to remember.
Harry's in Florida.
Anyway, okay, so I think Misfit's in Carolina somewhere. But anyway, it was 101 degrees today in Nebraska. Hot. And so
is that normal? In the summer?
It'll normally get up in the 90s. Normally. Okay. But it's just today was super hot. And so we have right where our bedrooms are underneath is the garage, which isn't air conditioned. So we feel like we've been losing a lot of air conditioning through there. So we went and we insulated it the past 2 days. And in the hottest day since I've been in Nebraska, and that was very uncomfortable, having fiberglass all over the place and sweating profusely. So I'm still hot. I still feel the sweat running down my back.
We got some paddle boards, and so we've been going out and taking those out. And I'm not used to riding on a paddle board yet, but getting in the water when it's hot, oh man, it's nice.
Yeah. So I don't know if we've talked about it at all on the channel, but Walsh and I during our trip, see, we're already off the rails because we were talking about
primary arms red dots.
Yeah, we're like way off in left field. We're not even talking about weapons.
Here we go. Let's bring it back. Look at this. Look at that optic, man. Okay.
That right there is impressive. That alone.
Now we go back to kayaks.
Yeah, so I brought that up on the way through Colorado. I'm like, I want to get a kayak and learn how to fish. Now, putting this out here because I'm going to hopefully do some videos for TLD and get some of our OG subscribers' opinions on if they're even interested in watching that, or I'll have to branch off and make a different channel with that stuff in it. But me being almost 40 and learning how to fish, would that be interesting? It'd be similar to Braden's Zero to Hero type of video where I'm learning from YouTubers how to fish, and I know how to kayak, but I've done some research on YouTube on kayaks and fishing and stuff like that, and we talked about having, similar to your camping videos, having like fishing and kayaking type of videos. What's up, Harry Baloney? Well, we could call you Balls on you because now Walsh is in here.
That's right.
We can talk dirty if we want to. So I don't know. I was going to ask Walsh to push out like a poll like we do and see if people would even be interested in watching that kind of stuff. I think it'd be kind of funny watching me struggle to learn how to fish, and so we'll see.
You can't ask that question now, Harry, because you're late. We already covered all that.
Yeah. We already had
go back and watch it all over.
Yeah. But so as soon as I got done, with my spiel about fishing and kayaks and stuff like that, Walsh was already on his phone looking up kayaks and, talking to his wife about getting a kayak. So
yeah, we just bought 2 youth kayaks for our kids. And my wife, so the weight limit's 150 pounds. Mm-hmm. So my wife got on there with one of the babies and was kayaking around this river that's near our house. There you go. He says, "I'd watch it, bro."
Good. So, I already got a fishing pole. So next thing, I just gotta. The problem is I want a pedal drive kayak, and right now those are close to impossible to find. Everybody's buying stuff like that right now.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, so. But yeah, I'm keeping an eye out, saving up my ducats, and I'm gonna buy one. They're not cheap.
No, when you were telling me the price of those things, I was thinking, you said they were expensive, but I'm thinking I see kayaks at like Big Five or something for $280, $300, right, maybe $500, and you said it was going to be a couple grand. Like, holy crap! Yeah, that's my thing. It's a good survival. It's the same. I don't know how to fish. I know how to cast a fishing pole and stuff like that, but I've caught fish before, but I think it's more out of luck than out of skill. And my son loves fishing. Every time we travel to Utah, he always goes fishing with my father-in-law. In fact, last time we were there for a little under a week, and every day he went out fishing with my father-in-law, and they always caught their limit. And they would come back and we'd have trout every day. I got sick of trout after that week.
Yeah.
But my thing is, not only is it a good survival skill, but I want to learn how to fish just so I have something to do with my son. Because he's always like, "Can you take me fishing?" I'm going, I could walk you out there. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I can't teach him anything.
As a kid, still probably, I don't have the attention span to fish, but that was like when I was a kid, you put a worm on a bobber and you wait for it to go boop, and then you got a fish. I'm watching these guys on YouTube. That's not how you fish anymore. It's like action packed, like just and then wheeling it in. Yeah, just yanking fish out of the water. I was like, wow, it's completely different, and it looks exciting. Who knows? I probably won't have any kind of luck, but I'm kind of interested in it right now. As you all know, my hobby is researching hobbies, and so right now, that's what I've been researching. So
fishing from a kayak.
Yeah. Literally, while I'm working, I got YouTube videos. I'm watching people do that on YouTube. So we'll see how that. Yeah, we'll tease it. We'll tease it on TLD. See if you guys like it. See if it brings on any new subscribers. If it doesn't, it could be a total failure. Who knows? But
there was a poll that Walsh did a while back asking about, who would like to see more outdoor type videos? I want to say it was like 80+% said yeah. So
I think
it's a good area for us to branch out into.
Yeah. I think that was probably because they were like, who wants to watch Jason go camping? If someone says who wants to watch Cody fish, they'd be like, nah. We'll see. I'm excited.
I love the camp, man. I'm going camping again Monday. We bought a pop-up camper, and it's gonna be the first time. Yeah. So they're same thing with kayaks. Like we were on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist looking for pop-up campers because it's kind of like the next step up from tent camping. Yeah. You're still in a tent. It's just a tent on wheels.
Right.
And we're not interested in getting a big RV. One, because we don't have a truck to pull something like that. Like our minivan could pull a pop-up camper.
Sure.
Oh, we'll come back to that, Misfit. I think they're going pretty good. So we were looking online and they're like $8,000 to $10,000 for like a 10-year-old pop-up camper. Mm-hmm. We just figured like, well, when COVID's over, we'll figure it out. And then we were at church one day and overheard someone talking about them buying a bigger camper. And he said something like, yeah, now I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with this pop-up camper that I had. So I went up to him like, hey, Bill, tell me more about this pop-up camper you want to sell. Yeah. So I got it for a great price and taking it out on Monday. Hopefully it can make the drive. The only time I've ever driven with a trailer when I moved from Idaho to Florida, driving with my car on a trailer. And it was just one of those things like had zero practice. So if I went into a gas station and I parked too far away, there's no backing that thing up. Like I'm going all the way around the block and pulling it again to get closer. Right. So hopefully
stay on the outside pumps.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So subscription boxes are going good, man. So I actually, we're going to be having a video out tomorrow because of some personal things. I didn't get May's battle box out in time. So tomorrow's going to be May and June's battle box. So yeah, man, I think they're going good. And then I think the poll that last I saw, barrel and blade was in the lead. So I'm going to do barrel and blade for next quarter.
What's up, Dan? So what's barrel and blade kind of centered around? You don't know? That's good.
I have no idea.
I'd like to be surprised. I mean, we kind of knew what Battle Box had and Tac Pack.
Yeah. I'm guessing just from the name, it's like gun parts and knife stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll be surprised together. I haven't even. So it's one of those things because I'm really interested in. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. I honestly have not even watched any YouTube videos on barrel and blade boxes, so I have zero knowledge of what I'm going to get. So it really will be a surprise for me.
It sounds like guns and knives. We like those things. So.
Yeah, Darian, man, we were just checking that out. We had that out of stock for the ACSS. The red dot, the single dot, is in stock, but who wants that when you have all these other options for ACSS?
Yeah, I mean, you see that little graph that Jason had up earlier. Like, if you're gonna go to Primary Arms, I would get that. I mean, they have every caliber I would ever imagine carrying covered. So, yeah, there you go, right there.
So it's kind of hard. I don't know how easy it is for you guys to see that. Cody, when I'm zooming in, can you see that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can see it good. Yeah.
So yeah, 5.56, 308 Grendel, 300 blackout supersonic, 300 blackout subsonic. They tell you what you just zero it at. 12 gauge. I mean, come on, this is awesome. 22. I wonder if that would work not just on a 1022, but if that would work on if you had one of those CMMG 22 bolts and magazines for your AR, if it would work just as well on there. Because that would be kind of cool when you think about it. You could have it on your 5.56. Your zero is different though, so that might throw you off. Right? One's a 100-yard zero, and the 22 is a 50-yard. So yeah, maybe that won't work. But you're probably not going to be too far off.
Yeah.
If you zero, what was that?
I might get that one from my tech down. That's perfect. What is it? What it went to 150 yards?
Yeah, for your 22. 175. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
perfect.
then your 9mm, your Ruger PCC, 200 yards.
Yeah,
Although
right now I have my that SIG Romeo on there.
Oh yeah, man, I love that optic. It's such a good optic.
Oh, Dan's switching it up on us.
Oh, okay. So, I was just talking I was telling Cody before we started, there was this guy that I knew when I was in the Air Force who's with 7 Special Forces Group. So he's an Army SF guy that I knew when I was when I was in the military. And he was asking me about boots because he said he looks at all the stuff that he had been issued, and he's like, all my Nike stuff is all blown out, and his New Balance, Converse, and something else. I can't remember what else he said. We're all in pretty good shape. The complaint that he had and I shared with the Converse boots that I was issued and the Nike boots that I was issued, they were super comfortable, but the soles wore out within like 6 months. But you're talking, I mean, in a deployment, you're wearing those things every single day.
Right.
If Walsh was here, he would try to sell you on the LALO boots. Is that the name? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Cody, you jump in. I'll see if I can pull up the article or the thing that he bought recently.
Yeah, so it's another one of those things that it depends on, and where's Misfit at? Mission dictates gear. So I've had, I had those Danner, those lightweight boots. I've had the Rocky, the C4 trainers or whatever. They're like wearing house slippers. Those are super comfortable boots, but in a tactical environment, they're going to let you down. But Walsh, he's into the boot thing right now. He's talked to that company and they hooked him up with a super nice discount, but I think they're still really expensive. If you talk to Joe, he still wears those Rocky. I don't remember the brand or the model. He's got like at least 3 pairs still that he wears. I remember when we were in Afghanistan. Yeah, there you go. So he may be looking for, like $200. That's expensive, but Walsh just had one of them. They were discounted to like $70, and they're normally, what, $300? Yeah. So yeah, I think those shadows right there. Look, they're $80. One more, they were higher tops, but Walsh swears by those, Dan. They may be something you want to look at. I don't see that little tongue action.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what
So
that's about.
he doesn't have these amphibian. He has the intruders, the $200 ones. But I had mentioned he told me about these boots, and let's see, he says old black jump boots. Yeah, I think I still have a pair of those. What's up, Jess?
What's up, Jess?
Good to see you. Let's see here. Jess jumps in. She says, comfy boots are key, but been in environments where the asphalt was melting. Boot soles don't stand a chance. Comfort gets compromised for indescribable product.
Yeah.
So going back to Walsh was telling me about these Lalo, not the amphibian boots. I think it was the intruder boots. And he said if he had to, if he has to take out the trash or something, he has to put on a pair of shoes. He's putting on these boots because they're that comfortable for him.
Well, I mean, he's gone running in those. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I have zero experience with these. Walsh would come on here and he would sing the praises of these boots. He loves them.
So I think it's these ones, these intruders. I think his are higher though, aren't they? They're the 8-inch.
Yeah, because he wears them in his uniform, so I'd imagine they have to be higher.
So he was talking about how I think he might have been working with a company about getting a discount code for TLD members. So there might be a video coming out on those soon, but he sings their praises. I bought a pair of the cheaper ones, the amphibian ones, because I've been looking, and I bought the lower top ones because I wanted some lighter boots. So we'll see how comfy they are. I know Dan said that he'll never buy Oakley again. I got issued a pair of Oakleys, and I love those things. So I need to figure out. I know there's a way that you can like tie the laces to stop them squeaking because mine are squeaking right now. But I'll say this: so Oakley had boots that they did their own branded sole, and those were garbage. But recently they switched over to Vibram soles, and they've been a lot better since then.
Yeah. Yeah, those
the
Rocky
Rockies?
boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, what's up, man?
What's up, Tony?
Yeah. So Dan, like, you know, those little, when you're working in the office, like I was before I retired, I got the little, you know, I call them like the croc bottoms, you know, like the really soft soles. Because if you're working inside, that's one thing. But if you're going to be rucking it around and stuff like that, you need something like Jess was saying that where the sole's going to stand up. So,
yeah. Those Danner boots that we were issued. You ever get a pair of those, Cody?
I still have them. I never wore them.
Yeah, so I liked mine so much during my deployment that when I got home, I wore them out until the soles were gone, and I bought another pair of the exact same ones. But they are heavy, so that's why I'm going with I wanted a lighter pair of boots. I love the Danners. I really honestly do. The main complaint is they're heavy and their shoelace, the laces, because of how you have to tie them, the laces wear really fast on them.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wore those Danners that we got issued for land nav. That was the only time I wore them. And then, like a tactical dude, I got the Merrills, like everybody else had back in the day. So,
yeah, that's a true story. That's why we bring these questions, brothers. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Boots are important. Like, you know, what you put on your feet's important because if your feet aren't comfortable, you're gonna be miserable no matter what, you know, situation you put yourself in.
I think it's kind of funny too because at least in my house, it seems like I have, just on the top of my head, I'm thinking 6 pairs of boots because I have a pair that I do when I do yard work. I have a pair of different boots for different things. But the joke, I think, is that women will always have more pairs of shoes than the men. And I want to say, in my case, like counting all my boots, I probably have more pairs of shoes than my wife does.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. So I just kind of transitioned to the Altas. I think I'm saying that right. It's got like a more of a square toe box. I was wearing those at Joe's retirement. Those are super comfortable boots. They're more like a hiking boot. I don't think they make any kind of military boot. But then like for maintenance, for working in the yard or doing yard work, yeah. So I think that's the ones I got. For doing yard work or working on my car and stuff like that, I wear Keens. Like I have some steel toe Keens. Those are by far the most comfortable boots I've ever had. But yeah.
Hey, what I do in my house is not your business, Harry. Okay.
Yeah.
That's between me, my wife, and my accountant.
Yeah, because he's the one that has to figure out why you paid so much for those high heel boots.
It's a write-off, a business expense.
Yeah.
You know, I think so. I worked maintenance before I went into OSI, and the thing that it was kind of funny. They talk about steel toe boots aren't really meant to protect your toes. It's to like chop them off cleanly, so you don't have like mangled toes. Yeah. And it was at that point I was like, my enlistment's coming up. I should find a different job so I don't lose my toes.
I'll tell you, in Nebraska, like having steel toes is not comfortable either, because that thing gets cold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was at Mount Home, man, working the flight line, that was miserable. And then they switched to those composite toe shoes. It was like plastic instead of steel, and those are a lot better. Yeah. Those are the Converse that I had. I loved them, super comfy, but 6 months the sole was gone.
So we're at the over our halfway mark. So I'm gonna bring up the Olight Odin showdown that we had. So full disclosure, I haven't even finished watching that video yet. It released right before we came into the live chat. So, but I was in the later part of the video, so I do know kind of the outcome and what our opinions are of those weapon lights. So we can kind of talk about that if you guys are up for it.
We were talking before when this first started, like we're not going to go off the rails, okay, or we're going to go off the rails way later on. And so here we are talking about a primary arms red dot and switch to boots. So
no, that's
Dan,
good.
Thanks for that, man, because we like going off the rails.
Yeah, we told Dan last chat because like we were wrapping the chat up and he brought up some questions and we talked another 30 minutes. But I'm not kidding. We enjoy the questions. This is the part of the live chat that we enjoy the most, is just, flying off the cuff and answering questions. And you guys, most of you guys know us personally and know that we really don't have a clue what we're talking about. We're by no means experts, but it's still cool to talk about this stuff. All right. So, like I said,
there's a comment for you.
Hey, maybe Misfit watched the video because it does say that it can reach up to 1,000 meters. And I agree, it probably can. But you see that concentration of that beam in that picture there. That's what you get. So like close up, and you'll see in the video, we tried to demonstrate what it would look like if you were clearing a house or something or going upstairs. And you'll see that beam is so concentrated when you shine it on the stairs. That's all you get is like a little, 3-inch diameter circle on the stairs and no splash. So yeah, it's cool. Like, we tried to shine it out as far as we could. And it was cool, but the Odin and the Odin Mini, in my opinion, the Odin Mini is the best one for your money. That's the one I would get if I were looking for like a rifle mounted weapons light. I really don't understand what their purpose is for that turbo.
Well, and it's kind of interesting because it says here for hunting, positioning, and tactical use. And it's a tactical use portion that I kind of question that. Like I can see that for hunting, kind of.
Now, yeah, hunting, I give you that. It says right here, penetrate smoke and fog. Okay, we didn't try that, so that maybe it does do that. I don't know. You definitely Misfit brought up a good point. You could blind pilots with that thing. Yeah, it's super concentrated and powerful. Like I'm not kidding. We were trying to guesstimate the range that we were standing and shining that thing in the trees, at least 200, 300 yards away from the trees. And it shows that you could put that beam right out on the tree. And like I was telling Walsh, like it would be a good, like if you were a down pilot or something and you were trying to, hey, this is where I'm at, mark your spot or something like that. But any other practical use, I can't think of it.
So Dan said, "Can you prove the Earth is round with it?" And I'm wondering Dan, have you seen the Netflix special of those guys that try to prove the Earth is flat? They use that scientific method with the light and the two holes, and they accidentally
prove, right?
I think it was two holes. Like they have a light at so many feet above sea level, then they have two holes that are positioned. I forgot how the. Right. Anyways, if the light shines through, then the Earth is flat. But if the light is like at a higher level, proves the Earth is round. And that's how the show is. So it's all these flat earthers. It's like an hour of them trying to prove the Earth is flat. And in the very end, they prove the Earth is round. And the guy goes, "Oh, that's interesting." And then it like cut to credits.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're done. We're done here.
Yeah.
Yeah. You probably could. But yeah,
Easily.
You'll see like the Odin Mini and the Odin, those are really good weapons lights. I don't know the price difference between the Odin and the Odin Mini, but The Mini is a little more compact, and I don't know. I think it's just and you've probably seen Joe beat it with a hammer and shoot it and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's bulletproof practically.
So here's the Odin. Odin's one. Let's just round up 119.
Okay, and it's on sale.
Yeah, and then the Odin Mini. Come on, internet. 140.
And it's not on sale.
Yeah.
But if you use TLD Co, you can get a little money off.
Yeah, I think you save 10%. So I have the Odin and the Odin Mini. I prefer the Odin Mini. It's just smaller. You have a little less features, but the features that it does have, I'm totally fine with.
I think we have your Odin, right?
Yeah, you do. You have both my Odin and my Odin Mini.
Okay, yeah. You'll get it back.
I'm not worried about it. So it was kind of weird. I'm really curious what the need was for them to design the Odin Turbo. Like why they would invest money into making that, because it just doesn't seem like it has any real practical use.
Ooh.
Dan, are you asking about lights?
Yeah, I think you.
So Harry says, I got the Odin. I have no complaints. Yeah, I think, honestly, I don't think you go wrong with Odin or the Odin Mini. Yeah, so Harry, I have my Mini on, no, I have it on my PCC. And I have the Odin on my rifle.
Okay.
Yeah, just, let's see here.
So we're
looking at, sorry,
Go
Cody.
ahead.
I was going to say mounting limitations, you're set with Picatinny or M-Lock, no key mod. I mean, I guess you could if you bought an adapter, but that's all it is, Picatinny or M-Lock. And if I remember correctly, I think it comes with the Picatinny rail and you have to buy the M-Lock adapter, or it's the other way around. I don't think it comes with both.
So this one says, this one right here that you have up is M-Lock. So when I bought my Mini, it was already M-Lock.
Okay.
I've noticed the turbo is Picatinny. But I mean, like you said, you buy a little adapter, a little Picatinny adapter, and you're set.
Yeah. And I like the M-Lock is really cool mounting system, Jess. So if you check out, I did a video on the Mini. Joe did a torture test on the Mini. I mean, he shot it with steel shot, and the thing still works. It's what got me to buy the Odin Mini. After Joe, he ran over it, he beat the heck out of it, and then he shot it with lead shot and shot it with steel shot. There's holes in his Odin Mini. And then the point of failure was the mount, where he attached it to his vise and he just beat the heck out of it with his hammer and broke the mount, which he JB welded back on and put it on his rifle. There's literally, you could see through the flashlight in some places and it still works.
Yeah.
So no, sorry, Harry. I think you could. I have the Mini on my home defense. I guess you call it a rifle. It's my PCC, my 9mm. But I think you could do the Mini on a rifle. I think the Mini or the Odin, the regular one, would be fine on either.
And I don't think there's much of a difference. I mean, you saw that the Odin was cheaper right now. It's just because you put Mini by the name and it's slightly smaller that people think it's cooler. And I agree with that. But I mean, it's not much of a price difference right now, but the Odin isn't that much bigger and it's cheaper right now. So
yeah. Yep. So the one thing that I complain about with this light is with this tail switch on, you only have max lumens or nothing, or it's off. Whereas if you use the actual the thumb switch, depending on how hard you push it, you can get different brightness settings. And it does not have a strobe feature, Misfit. I don't know of any of my lights that do have it. I know that the benefits of it is just being disorienting. I don't know. It's not, for me, like, you have to make sure that your flashlight is already, most flashlights, it seems like, you have to set it into, let's say, strobe and then turn it off so that next time you turn it on, it's already set to that mode. Or there's certain combination of you have to like double tap the light to get it to come on. For me, and it's just lack of training, but I don't think that I could remember to do whatever it is I need to do to get the strobe feature to come on. I'd rather have a light that I train with and I know how it turns on and just have it on rather than have a strobe feature on it.
Yeah. So one thing about that turbo, and I think I brought it up in the video. I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen it, and I don't know if Walsh cut it out or not. But if some of you guys remember the old mag lights, how you could change the concentration of the beam where you just turn the head of the flashlight. I think if they put a feature like similar to that on that turbo and made it to where you could control the concentration of the beam, I think they'd be on to something. But
yeah, and it's not impossible because there's a company called LED Lenser that has some flashlights like that. It doesn't do a twist function though. It's a pull out or push in function. So I think if you pull it out, it concentrates the beam, and if you push it down, it forces the beam to widen.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm a flashlight scientist, but all it is just changing, the cone, or how it reflects out of the light. So I don't know. I think that's possible. Maybe if Olight ever pays attention to anything we say, maybe think about that, because otherwise, I don't think that flashlight's very practical. Anyway, we got business out of the way, guys. What are we going to talk about next?
That's right.
But I mean, I know we talk about Olight a lot, and they do send us flashlights and stuff. And it seems like they do ask for our opinion a lot of the times. I don't remember what it was. Actually, when they were first coming out with these, they sent these out, and they're like, "What do you guys think?" And we gave them our input. I don't know if they put any of that into the.
Well, yeah,
It was a lockout.
The lockout, and then the other thing was the one that they sent to Walsh. They didn't have any directions on how to use it, so Walsh was like trying to figure it out as it goes along, and that was one thing. He's like, "Hey, when you sell the O bulb, it might be smart to include some instructions how to use the thing."
And I still don't think they have a lockout, but that the last little rotation that came out, it was these purple ones, and it actually came with a hook, so it's got it magnetizes to it, and you can like hook it in your tent and just illuminate your tent with it. So I thought that was pretty cool, and they're magnetized. And that was another one of our complaints. So it's the reverse I'm not going to say that right.
Polarity.
There you go. It's reversed from the weapon mounted light, so you can't use the same charger, which is whatever. They send you a charger with every light, so I got like 19 of them. But yeah, that was our only complaints, really, because if you put it in your bag or something and it accidentally comes on, it'll probably be dead by the time you get to your campsite. So, oh, Misfit got his site. Nice. So what do you think? Because we haven't seen it. We don't know what he sent you. When we had him on for that chat, the live chat, that's what he mentioned. He's like, I got a scope I can send out to, for one of your giveaways. So I think that was really cool of him.
So scope rings. Walsh would be a better person to ask about scope rings because I typically go with the brand of the scope that I have or cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have a Leupold scope, I'm putting Leupold rings on it or ride-on rings with the ride-on scope. I don't know. It's just personal preference.
I think that's a ride-on, right? Right, Misfit?
That was it? I like ride-on, man. I don't know. Their new lineup, the Tactics series. Okay. So they changed their numbering. So it used to be Mod 1, Mod 3, Mod 5, Mod 7, but now they're doing this X1, X3. I'm thinking it's the same thing, but I have a 6-24 Mod 3, so their old series on my 30-06. I love it. It's great.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So again, Walsh has all the bougie stuff for that. I don't even what was it? Spiritus gear. I'm not saying that right.
Spiritus.
Something like
Spiritus
that.
Systems. I thought he likes the HRT one though. I
Yeah,
forget
he
which
does
ones
have a
he
lot.
likes.
He
He
does
has
have a
like
lot of
7 of
HRT.
them. So
You
so
know,
for me, to be honest, I don't run a front placard on my plate carrier. I have an admin pouch that I keep mounted right up here on the chest that I keep a flashlight in, a notepad and some pens, and then my magazines and stuff like that.
yeah. So I have a placard for my. I bought it just for my LA Police Gear plate carrier, and all that's still in the plastic. Um, I got a different brand, and I apologize. We'll put it in the chat somewhere, or we'll once this post live, I'll just remind me, and I'll put it in there. But I also bought a like a chest rig off of Amazon, like a cheap $35 one. Same thing, you can unbuckle it and use it as a plate carrier, or I'm sorry, a placard. So I don't know. But if you're looking at placards, it doesn't matter which one you're looking at. Get the uh, STAC Kydex inserts for that placard. I can't talk, I can't sing the praises for that thing any better than because like my placard came with a little elastic thing for all the magazines, and once you pull it out, there's no re-index on your magazine and your placard. It's done.
What's the name of that
So
one that you have? Like RTR?
I can go grab it. I don't remember.
RTL?
Uh,
I was trying to find it. I thought it was something like that.
but talk. Do you know about the STAC insert things, or because I can go grab it real
So
quick.
yeah, so the STAC ones,
I'll be right back.
yeah. So STAC, what he's talking about is there's these Kydex inserts that you could buy that are just U-shape. So you can take some of the mag pouches that you get have an elastic band in it, which it holds it good, but once you get the magazine out, you need 2 hands to get in because you have one hand that you're like spreading the elastic back out to get the magazine in. The second hand is putting the magazine in. So buying the STAC ones that just drop in there, they hold the magazine really good. I mean, you could turn that thing upside down and shake, and those magazines aren't going to come out. And it makes it really easy to just re-index your magazines when you're done with them. Let's see here. Misfit Walsh is missing out. The HRT Maximus looks great to me. Yeah, the HRT stuff looks really good. And I wish Walsh was here. I can't remember which company it is that is constantly sold out of stuff, or it's like you need all this stuff to put it together. I think it's Spiritus. You need all this stuff to put it together, but of the 5 items, you need only one's in stock. So if you want to piecemeal it out and pay shipping 5 times, you can, but it's almost never in stock all at once. Oh, Jess, were you talking about Spiritus systems? Are you talking about plate carriers? Or are you talking about the scopes? Clarify, please. Faro Concepts. I don't think it's that one. Misfit says, yeah, it's Spiritus. Yeah. I don't know. I'll say my plate carrier is very expensive. It's the same one that I was issued, the same brand that I was issued, although it's not made by the same company. So the one I was issued was an MSA Paraclete. And Paraclete, I think they broke off or they sold off, or maybe they're still owned by, what is that,
RDR.
RDR. Anyway, so I bought a Paraclete, but that's my duty vest, and I would trust my life to that thing. So plate carriers, I think the general consensus amongst the team is if you're looking for something that is going to work well for you and you're money conscious, even if you're not money conscious, there's so many things that are good about the LA Police Gear plate carrier. You honestly cannot go wrong with that thing. And again, LA Police Gear, they send us stuff for free. The plate carrier that they sent us, we gave away though. So Harry says, can you mount that to your? So you can't right out of the bag. You have to buy an adapter, and Walsh talks about it in his LA Police Gear review video. There's a company called Axle that makes these little adapters that you could just buckle in your front placard.
Yeah, and I knew you were going to ask that, and I have it in the other room, and I didn't grab it, so that's on me. But yeah, it basically, that axle kit, it just weaves into your plate carrier, and you just snap all this stuff on it. Actually, I mean, you take this off, and you can, put the Velcro onto your plate carrier. But yeah. So I don't know if you can see that. But there's that Kydex, right? So you can see when you pull the magazine out, it goes right back in. And so I have 3 of them for rifle mags and 2 for pistol. So I mean, that's the way to go in my opinion. And then here's the cheapo one I bought on Amazon. And it's got a dangler. Yeah, there you go.
Do you remember which one you bought? Was it that mission specific placard, or was it the modular chest pack?
It was. It was. Yep. I mean, and it's not cheap, but guess what? It's in stock.
Yeah. And I wasn't I thought Walsh was saying, like, with the stuff that it comes with, it was worth the price that you're paying.
Yeah, so if you look at those little flaps, actually I got one right here. I took it off. So you could take this little flap off, or you could put it on wherever you want if you want to. So like, this is very unorganized tonight. So I got like an admin pouch right here with that flap, and then I took the one off for my magazines. But if you want to keep your magazines clean, you can put that back on there and close it up. Or you could put it up top too if you want. You can put it up here.
So and that has Harry's asking, that has the Velcro backing to it.
Yeah. So
okay.
I bought this separate. So this just comes off. It's
okay.
Very, very good Velcro, but yeah.
So it's Kydex insert is a must. 100% agree.
Yep. Because like I said, I don't have those little things with me, but this particular placard is going to come with like some elastic, and the elastic has Velcro, and it sits in there, and you can put your magazines in it, and it'll hold the magazine. But you pull it out and go to put it back in, you're not going to like it. So yeah,
so there's
Kydex,
that triple sleeve.
Yeah. Yep. And I think those little Kydex inserts are like $7 on STAC. Now, I did buy the little. Again, I wish we would have been organized, but there are some pieces to it that you're going to need. Y'all gonna make me take it out.
You're talking about for the placard itself. So while you're grabbing that, Jess, did we answer your question, Jess? I know you're asking about the name brand of that plate carrier. Was it the Spiritus system that you were talking about, or that you were asking about?
Or LA Police Gear?
We were talking about it. There's HRT, Spiritus, LA Police Gear, this RDR gear.
Yeah.
So hopefully we got to it. Okay.
LA Police Gear, we have a discount too.
Yeah.
So here's the pistol ones, right? So if you can see, they have these little Velcro things. I bought these off of a guy on eBay. And if you guys are interested, I'll find all the information and I'll have it for next week. But you can see it kind of form factors, has them stick together. I'm moving them way too fast, but has them kind of stick together, and it keeps them closed. So from STAC, all you get is the Kydex and the Velcro, the hook side. So from eBay, I bought this stuff that kind of helps keep it tight. Yeah, I think it's a good system, but I haven't put it on my plate carrier yet. So what else?
So Walsh was talking about the Spiritus line. I'm pretty sure that's the one that's always out of stock, and you're going to have to I remember he sent us an email, or he sent us a text message one time like, dude, these are in stock. Like, if you want it, you got to get on and buy it now. I don't think even though Walsh is definitely more Gucci gear than the rest of us, I'm pretty sure Spiritus is not the one that he prefers. I want to say it's HRT.
Yeah. Well, it seems
I know he
like
loves that axle belt.
Yeah. It seems like he's more engaged with HRT. Like, they send him T-shirts and stuff like that. So,
and it was kind of cool. So, those companies that we enjoy interacting with, and that we enjoy, the people talk to us, and we're friendly, and we almost develop a friendship. So, let's see here. Haley Strategic, that might be it.
For
plate carriers, do you guys have workout plate holders? Murph Challenge. I don't. I do a lot of sandbag stuff with Rep Fitness. I mean, if you want a cheap plate carrier, the LA Police carrier would be a good one. I just don't know if it would be what you would want for a workout. I don't know what people look for when it comes to workout plate carriers. Probably even cheaper would be like a Condor one.
Yeah, but I mentioned this last week. But if I would get the LA Police gear one and sweat in it and find your hot spots, find where it makes you uncomfortable, adjust it. I mean, it'll be comfortable. Now, was his name Mark, the CEO of LA Police Gear?
Yeah, Mark.
I think his name was Mark. So an interesting thing that he brought up was he has all the other brands, most of the major brands of plate carriers already at LA Police Gear, on their floor. And so he looks at what people are buying, what's the popular plate carrier, what little doodad, are people interested in. And he took all that information and he put it into his LA Police Gear plate carrier. So that to me tells me that he has all of his competitors essentially in one area already, and he knows what people like, what people buy, and he put all those ideas into his plate carrier. So that's what kind of had me sold on those.
Yeah. So to me, Dan, the 511 is, if it's a tech plate, something like that. Man, the money that you're paying on that plate carrier just to work out on it, I would say go with LA Police Gear, or go with a Condor plate carrier, a minimalist plate carrier is $30 or $40, and you can get it tight to yourself so it's not moving around too much. I have one that I use as just like my junk plate carrier. It works fine. And it was cheap.
Last week in the live chat, Walsh had a minimalist plate carrier, and I want to say it was LA Police Gear.
Oh, maybe he did have it. Was LA Police Gear. They just released one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Harry says, I wore the LA Police Gear carrier to the range and found out that my gut got pinched between my battle belt and the bottom of the carrier when I bent over.
All right. That brings up a good point, Harry. So what you probably need to do is you probably need to pick your plate up, the front plate up a little bit, right? So you want to have it up, and I've been telling Walsh that's why my plate carrier is not put together right now, because we want to do a video, like a how-to video on how to adjust and put all your doodads on your plate carrier. So I can't make any promises, but we'll try to get that out soon. But you'll want to heighten that up a little bit, so when you do sit down, one, you're not choking yourself with your plate carrier, and it's not pinching your tactical girth. So it's But that's the thing, you know, we mention this probably once a week at least. That's why, you know, trying your gear out, working out in it, taking it to the range, you're going to find those things out really quick. What makes you uncomfortable, you know, what kind of adjustments you need to make.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it.
The plate carrier, if you have your shoulders set up right, Joe talked about this in a live chat a while back. So him and I do it the same way. So you shrug your shoulders up, you kind of suck in your gut, you get that if you have a cummerbund strap, you get it as tight as you can, and then you let go of your shoulders, and that weight should be held on your hips, not your shoulders, but that's going to force it to sit up a little bit more. If as you're moving around, it's going to move its way down, and if it does that, you just shrug your shoulders, and it should lift it back up to where it should be.
How tall are you, Harry? I know that's probably getting personal, but
Oh, here we go.
good
So
question.
I have, let me see if I can pull it up. I have one by ITS Tactical. That's a pocket med kit. And I really do love it, but I would say don't get it. Oh, maybe it's not ITS Tactical. Here's that wrong one. Let me do some digging. I'll try to find it. It's one that I love, but I wouldn't recommend it because unless you train with the tourniquet that comes in it.
So, Dan, if you're talking about like a battle built IFAC or something like that, take a look at Grim Hunter Tactical. They actually make an outer carrier for a mag pouch. I think they sell their own mag pouch, but anyway, Walsh and I bought a little cheap mag pouch that had a Velcro field on like Amazon, and then they built us an outer carrier with molly straps, and so we molly strap it in the back, and when you need it, you just rip it right out of the Velcro, and it has a little plastic clasp and everything to keep it up, and it has a spot for a tourniquet, you know, pins, chem lights, and all that stuff. Take a look at that. I'm pretty sure Walsh has some videos on it, and we may or may not have a discount with Grim Hunter, but
he
super.
Sorry, go ahead.
Super nice guys. I talked about them last week. I wanted like a new headband for my Ear Pro, and Walsh was like, "Hey, we need this, and we need to have a little loop on it or something." And they made it and sent it out right away. Super nice guys.
So here's the pouch. What's kind of cool about this, right here.
There you go.
So the gear, the actual pouch itself is a Cannae, Cannae, Cannae pouch. It's a 6x6, and the cover that comes with it is just a simple cover. There's no room for your tourniquet or anything like that. So Grim Hunter Tactical put this together for us. It uses that same 6x6 pouch, but it has these straps up top for a tourniquet. There's pins or chem lights that you can put in here. You can put a little Velcro patch on it to, you know, mark it as a med kit. Really cool design. And they actually have a pouch that you can buy from them if you'd like. I have a Cannae pouch, so I just went with what I already had and then got this from them.
Yeah, and just know this is the wrap. So like Jason's saying, that it doesn't come with the pouch.
Yeah. So it's hard to see in this picture, but if you could see the difference between these two, there's actually a 6x6 pouch that's sitting in there now, and this one is not. So you're only buying this wrap. This is what attaches to your belt. You still have to have a 6x6 pouch, this internal part, to store all your med stuff.
But so I had the Blue Force gear one, Harry. That I think hopefully that's what you're bringing up. I had that one, the little mini one, and if you go that route, I recommend buying the one that they put their med kit in, But if you have a specific, set of med kit or stuff like that, I would definitely go the Grim Hunter route, because I bought a med kit, and I tried to stuff it into that Blue Force gear thing, and I had a heck of a time. Like I got so frustrated, I almost gave up, but I eventually got everything in there. But if you pull that thing out, there's no getting it back in. This one's just Velcro and a little clip, and you're good to go. You can keep rocking. But like I said, you can grab this one with either hand and just pull it right out of the side and use it.
So I think you're talking about, if it's this one, Dan, that we show up right now, it's Grim Hunter Tactical. And I think Cody was saying that we might have a discount code. I'll check.
Yeah, check those guys out. You can either buy their little med pouch, or what did you say is Cannae?
I always say Cannae, Cannae.
Yeah, and I think I bought mine on Amazon. Was it a 6x6 pouch, you said?
Yep. So we do have a code, Dan. So if you're on Grim Hunter Tactical, TLD 10 will save you some money. I'm guessing 10%.
Yeah, super awesome guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's what I have on my duty belt. It's Walsh has one on his belt. I think Joe has one. Cody, do you have one too? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And we weren't given those, man. I liked it so much, I went out and bought it.
So they actually, I don't remember what the issue was. They sent me one. So Walsh had that one, and they sent me one right out because I ordered it like the second his video came out, and it didn't have something on it. I think it was Molly or something. And I emailed the guy. I'm like, hey, I wanted it to be just like the one Walsh has. And he's like, all right, he's like, I'll fix it. I'll have it sent out tomorrow. Didn't make me pay for another one. He's like, oh, my mistake, and send it right out. So like I said, they're great guys. So what else? That was cool. We're just selling products.
Still trying to find the med kit that I have. Anyways, so the one that I have, it has everything that you need to basically stop bleeding. There was a study that was done by I think it was the Red Cross, maybe it was someone else, that talked about of trauma-related deaths. It was something like 60 some odd % of them were because of someone bleeding out that could have been stopped. So if someone was there to have a tourniquet, or to provide proper pressure, or provide some type of dressing, could have saved that person's life. So I carry a small kit. It's small enough to just go in my pocket. So it's a SWAT T tourniquet. It's basically like a giant rubber band. Again, it's not one that I typically recommend because you really need to train with those. I think most people are used to the CAT tourniquets, which are just, you put over, you have a little thing that you twist. The SWAT T tourniquet, I went through some training with this like retired ER doctor who developed this kit for our office, like what we carry now. So I have a SWAT T tourniquet that I carry with me. It's small. It's probably the size of like a deck of cards. I also keep a high-fin compact chest seal, a pair of gloves, and compressed gauze. And that's it. So that's what I carry on me at all times, mainly for my own, medical for myself. But if someone really needs it, I have that on me as well.
Yeah, I would recommend having an IFAK like that, and then maybe having a Bobo kit in your truck, or like your go bag or whatever. You don't necessarily need to have Band-Aids in your IFAK, but
Yeah, we were at a warrant one time, and we were clearing this basement, and there was these mirrors that the guy had leaned against the door. And so I had gloves on, thankfully, but this FBI guy that I was working with, we moved the mirror out of the way so we could get into this door and search it. It was clear. but when he was moving the mirror, he cut himself. And here we are. There's probably like 12 cops at the search warrant, and he's bleeding pretty bad. I mean, a Band-Aid would have helped, but he's walking around like, does anyone have anything? And I always keep 5 Band-Aids in my IFAC, my plate carrier IFAC, for that occasion specifically, because I know someone's going to have a little boo-boo.
Yeah.
So I always have a little boo-boo kit in my IFAC. But or my IFAC when I'm doing warrants, because something's going to happen where someone's going to need that.
Yeah. Oh, great conversation tonight.
I didn't realize we're over an hour. Golly.
Yeah. I was kind of nervous because, I was concerned of whether or not Jason and I were going to be able to carry this chat by ourselves. I think we did all right.
I think so.
I mean, like I said earlier, we're obviously the two better looking of the crew. So
that's true.
I'm sure everybody just enjoyed looking at us for an hour and, hour and 15 minutes. You got any other questions, Dan? You're the one that's keeping this thing going tonight.
Thanks, Jess. Good seeing you, Jess.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know if I've missed the last couple chats, but it's good to see new faces on here. Besides Harry Balzania.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I can't speak for Joe or Walsh on what they got going on. We all know Joe's busy. But I'm sure Walsh has some plans to pump out some more videos. Jason, you said you had the mystery boxes, right?
Yeah, so I got battle boxes tomorrow. That's going to be May and June's battle box. So I'll be doing that video tomorrow. I'm editing it now. And then Sunday is going to be Gray Ghost Gear. It's their tactical belt, but how I use it as my duty belt. That video is going to be on Sunday.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't seen it, the Olight Odin showdown video came out right before the chat, so it's out on our page. Go check it out. If you're new, consider subscribing to our channel. Just ask the OG guys. These are fun. We enjoy these. This is how we interact with you guys on a more intimate basis. But yeah, consider subscribing, liking our videos, and we do this every Thursday at 8:30. So we'll see you next week. Have a good one and take care. Check y'all later.
See you guys.